that Allie really was like, wow, I like this girl. This Joe is possibly more annoying than Morgan Wade. I'm going to state it. That's how I feel about
Morgan
it.
Wade doesn't speak. How is Morgan Wade annoying? You hardly hear
Because she says,
anything.
I
Ow, ow.
don't know.
I'm in the Chateau Marmont with a big star who wants to do pills off my body.
Mind you, I
Okay, so
mean,
Joe, you find super annoying. Really? Joe,
oh,
they portray
beyond.
her to be such a quirky weirdo. And she's a hairdresser and she comes in. Actually, the thing I loved about Joe, she seems the realest to me. She comes in, the hair is a rat's nest, sweetie, with a baseball hat on, no makeup. And Schwartzy is quirky. I thought I liked Joe. I hope they bring more of Joe in the mix.
We seem to disagree on this matter. She also is just like, you know what it is? It's like I can't help but break the fourth wall. I mean, she is just like when she's there with Schwartzy, she's loving her life. But then when Sandoval walks in and sits down next to her, oh, she is just beside herself with excitement. Like I am film. I just hear the dialogue inside her head. I am now filming a scene with Tom Sandoval. Scandal. This is like fucking huge. Like a fucking. I was in the scene with Schwartzy and Allie, and like who the fuck cares about them? And like James is like whatever.
Mm.
But I am now sitting next to Sandoval in a scene. Holy shit! I am here. I have arrived in WeHo. I just hear that inner. I just hear the inner dialogue. And then if you really pay attention to the scene, she's repeating things. She is trying to get her voice in there. They're not editing it out. We've all been in scenes in reality TV and we're like, where am I? I was edited out. They're not, they're leaving her little scenes in, but she is repeating things like, oh yeah, the tall people. Oh yeah, this and oh yeah, ooh, ooh. Like she is trying to get her one-liners in any way she can to get as much camera time as she can. I can't help it. Like I can't watch her and not break the fourth wall and just be like, for 10 years, the show has been on. Whether you were there for 10 years or not, we know you've been there for a while. Now they're scannable. You're on the damn show. You're not going to be Lala. You're not going to be Katie. You're not going to be Scheana. It's not going to happen. But you see her trying. And so that's where I am with that. Sorry.
Joe was great. I have to disagree. I love the
Like her.
quirkiness. I like the realness of Joe. They need to throw her more in the mix because the only thing that is daunting about this show is just we're over and over again that Tom is, a loser and this and that, and no one can move forward. And Scheana is now caught in the middle. I loved the guys' dinner and that, Sandoval and James seem to have this simpatico now and it's all good. And James is like, don't be awkward, just say it. And he's like, I wish Rachel would reach out to me. And, I like it. And then I go
And
back
James
to,
is just sitting there like, not my fucking problem. Like, I almost feel James had a moment of like, this poor guy, like, we all fucking
yeah.
hate him. The one girl that was like blowing him is now locked away and can't, communicate. And just this guy has nothing. I felt like James was like, man, he also is loving it and laughing and doesn't feel bad, for him at all. But you know what I'm saying?
I couldn't agree with you more. I thought the same thing. So it is very good. I loved it last night. I just loved the finance scene of kind of that to me is what I want to hear more of. The realness, like, ooh, you were broke. Ariana was messaging your agent and your manager, please, we need to get something going. Oh,
You
don't you love
like
that?
that.
Because I love that about life. Just when you think you're down and out, if you
Yeah.
believe things are going to turn around, man, they turn around like you wouldn't believe. And
Down
look
to
at that.
$2,000. That's scary. But I believe it. I do believe it. I mean, again, I mean, granted, you always seem to say, yeah, no, I mean, I just don't open anything, whatever. But I feel for
Oh, I'm
her.
with you. I'm with you. The restaurant business is I would think the worst. But I don't know anything about it. I'm sure many people listening to us are restaurateurs and our dear friend Sam. I'm waiting for you to bring back Sam. Sam works in the industry. So people that are
Sam
in
would be here every fucking hour if we let him. And he
born and
has a
die.
movie. We can promote his movie.
He's in a film? Why aren't we going? I want
He
to see this.
he made a film. It's he's gonna love this. It's everyone thinks I'm so rude all the time, and there's so much information, it comes in and goes out. But he made a movie musical, I believe, version. I think it's musical of Scream, but not Scream. Like it's like a parody of Scream, and it's filmed in the Hamptons. So a lot of people I know are in it. Lisa Gallo is in it, of the Gallo sisters. So,
So
but I
Sam is
should know
on
more. So I'm
Sam
gonna.
is on his way to becoming a
Well,
major.
that's what he says to me all the time. He's like, I mean, you're not having me on the podcast every week, but like when I'm at Sundance and this and that, like I will shit on you and forget about you. And I'm like, that's understandable. Like you should.
Okay, what is Sam's number? Okay, I want him on here. You're telling me he's the next Steven Spielberg, and
He
you
might
act like
be.
you
He
can't
might be. And when I say
figure it
everyone,
out.
like Jill Zarin filmed a scene for this, it's the Hamptons. It's that oh, Jill, yes, Jill was in a scene. Yeah, no, this is
Sam,
this
hit
is
me
the
up.
Hamptons crew, girl. I mean, like Sam knows them all. That one, and he knows Elise and Barb Kay and I are always in her there.
You and I could have been in Scream together. What is wrong with you? Scream the musical.
We could have been in it if we
Sam's
were.
number. My God, what are you
Okay,
doing?
let me work on this for you. Well,
All right. To
it's
wrap
a
this
little
up,
busy. It's a little
what
busy.
okay, finally we see teasers coming down the line for
Oh, they're good.
juicy teasers. I think we finally see Jax. Jax Taylor is going to be in the mix for this
I
show.
also love how they talked about, I mean, like also staged. Let's set up the valley. Let's like just put this in this scene about like, but Jax is cheating, sticking his dick into everyone all around town, and they're all just like, I mean, they're not just bringing up Jax to bring Jax up. Like we're shooting this scene to help the same executive producer, Alex Baskin, on the valley. Like it's which is okay. You got to do what you got to do, right? But I
Oh,
mean,
100% genius cross promotion. But
we
yes,
see
right
that
now
about
we're
Jax.
seeing. Now we're
I
seeing.
thought the most interesting thing is I love when Sandoval's like, I care about you. And she's like, because we're filming or like for life. Like Sheena's like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm so bored of Housewives, except for reality, Voluntees, and Monica Garcia. And that was last season. So get with the program, David. Whitney is fighting with Lisa. Oh, please. I'm over it. Vanderpump doesn't bore me for some reason. I don't know
I agree.
why. I don't know why.
I
Why am
agree.
I more excited about this? I mean, Potomac, we have some bad news. The ratings, we just saw it, and it was in the threes this past week.
No, no, no. Wasn't that for Watch What Happens Live? I didn't think that was for Real House.
Are
I thought
you
you sent me that and it
sure?
was for Watch What Happens Live, not for
Oh, well,
hold
then
on.
that's not bad because that's what. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. It is for Watch What Happens Live. Okay. But the Potomac's like in the five. So I guess that's par for the course these days. Yes, the 300s was Watch What Happens.
Ashley Darby was on my show. We are going to get a shakeup in the P. I mean, the
We
P,
need one.
the
We
P
we
is a mess.
we need a shakeup. We need a shakeup. So I don't
RHOA.
know. Why does this not bother me? I really think it goes back to what Mr. Taylor said in the beginning. I think it's because it's real friends, whether they're enemies now or not, they have real history. And the other thing is we've been with most of this cast for many, many, many years, a decade. I know, I just saw it. Oh, what's that? The
Well, the
P?
last ratings that were posted for RHOP were 643,000 viewers. And then,
All
of course,
right. I
you pick
mean,
up, I mean, that's live, right? That's pretty
that's not
good.
I mean, it's not bad. Beverly Hills is over a million. I assume Jersey will come back to be over a million. I mean, God help me. God help me. They want me to talk about Jersey on the Patreon. God help me. I mean,
You're not looking forward to it.
the new season, the trailer, I mean, we're gonna break it down, but it doesn't look great. Doesn't look great to me. Some people might feel it looks great. I try to be positive, but my point is this Vanderpump stuff, it's got me intrigued, and a lot of people are bored of it. I still don't know where the show is going to go. Sheena's really going through it. She's really going through it. Have some sympathy for if you guys see Sheena on the streets, give her a hug. I love